In just 2 competition cycles, there have been more than 100 Holcim Awards prize winners representing diverse and inspiring sustainable construction projects from around the world. Most of them were still in planning at the time the prizes were presented. What has become of these projects, and what role have the Holcim Awards played in bringing these outstanding ideas to life? One project has already become the landmark of a city, the dazzling Metropole Parasol in Seville. Giant umbrella-like forms of timber and concrete are outstretched above an historical plaza that was previously a degraded open car park. Beneath the innovative structure, a spacious and shaded pedestrian place has been created, and local trade revitalized. On top of the canopies, a walkway offers exceptional views of the city, attracting tourists and building local pride. Good architecture creates relationships, and in the case of the Visitors Center at Mapungubwe National Park, this is doubly so. The building brings together the UNESCO World Heritage Site and its visitors, and it reunites local construction methods with the people who gained employment and developed skills by participating in the project. Some award-winning projects stand out for their sheer simplicity. This contribution to restoring threatened coral reefs has truly uncomplicated beauty. Harvested coral is cultivated on star-shaped concrete armatures and after a few years can be further propagated in other places to restore marine biodiversity and boost commercial fish reserves. The concept has been further developed and already proven successful in many areas. Other projects stand out due to their complexity. The renewal of a notorious informal area of Medellin has ensured that the poorest receive only the best infrastructure. The entire district was completely refurbished through some 180 individual sub-projects. New residential buildings for up to 10 families replaced the basic single-story houses. This created space for carefully designed urban amenities, daycare centers, schools, playgrounds, even a cableway system, which is a vital link to the city and employment beyond the precinct. This project is no less exemplary. The old neighborhood of social housing for 400 families was refurbished in a socially, environmentally and economically sustainable manner. The project team has been fighting for the future of Benny Farm for over 20 years, with long-lasting success, and with the support of the Holcim Awards.
What has made the Holcim Awards quite unique for Le and all of our collaborators is the importance that the Foundation has given to following a project through not just its design, but also its construction, all of the growing pains and all of the lessons learned.
Methodology and processes were a central aspect of this project. In cooperation with the local residents, ways were found to preserve the historic building fabric of Hangzhou by individually adapting buildings to new needs and uses. The project shows how old and new can blend to the benefit of the residents. Some Holcim award-winning projects grace spectacular places, such as the Monte Rosa Hut, an alpine lodge for hikers, situated in a valley beneath the iconic Matterhorn. Isolated in the mountains, the building is virtually self-sufficient. Energy needed for operation is produced by solar cells and thermal collectors. Glacial meltwater is harvested and treated for domestic use. Projects submitted in the Next Generation category, which is open to university students, are often particularly visionary, but many of them realistic nevertheless, like this one in northern Chile. In an area where rivers are drying up and depleted by irrigation, research on an alternative is taking place. Water is collected from the prevailing coastal fog using 200-meter-high spiral towers so that farmers can continue to irrigate their fields. A smaller prototype recently proved the concept works and holds a great deal of potential. Another award-winning project that initiated the change of an entire town is the River Remediation and Urban Development Scheme in Fez, which gives back the city its lifeline. Over the past decades, the river running through the city centre had almost been completely covered. Now it's being laid open and cleaned up. The public spaces along its banks are being redesigned to suit the needs of the people. In the past, some 7,000 lakes around the city of Sudbury had been poisoned by acid rain. The situation has drastically improved in recent years, mainly thanks to the collaboration between industry, governments, and the local university's Cooperative Freshwater Ecology Unit. The new home of the successful research unit is the Living with the Lakes Centre, a building with a very small environmental footprint that actively improves water acidity on the fringe of the lake.
Well, the Holcim Prize was really important to us. Having that international recognition for this project just meant so much to completing this project. I can assure you we would not have been able to finish it without that recognition.
The Holcim Awards is a success story in many regards, and the story goes on. More than half of the prize-winning projects to date have been built or are under construction. And more award winners are on the way. Innovative and impressive building projects that will tangibly improve countless lives and continue to inspire sustainable responses to the technological, environmental, socio-economic and cultural issues affecting building and construction.